Good morning students. In the previous session we have completed lesson number 1, living world and classification of microbes. Now today we will start lesson number 2. As you can see here, name of the lesson is health and diseases. Okay, now we'll start with the lesson. Health. The definition for health is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-beingness and not merely the absence of any disease. What is the meaning of health? Health is a state of complete physical, mental as well as social well-beingness and not merely the absence of any disease. Not merely the absence of any disease means it not only the absence of disease but it's a state of complete physical, mental and social well-beingness. So what you will write down in define health? Yes, it is not only the absence of any disease but it's a state of complete physical, mental and social well-beingness. Okay, I hope we are clear with the definition. Yes, define health. What you will write down? Health is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-beingness and not only the absence of any disease. It's not only the absence of any disease but it is the state of complete physical, mental and social well-beingness. Yes, so this is the definition for health. Now we'll move to the next, that is, yes, what is disease? Condition of disturbances in physiological or psychological process of body is called as disease. Condition of disturbance in physiological which is related to body parts or psychological which is related to mental and emotional health of a person. Yes, these processes of body is called as disease. Yes, when there is a disturbance in the physiological or psychological process of body, it is called disease. Each disease has its own specific symptoms. Yes, each disease has its own specific symptoms. Symptoms means change in the mental and physical behavior of a person. Yes, when he will get the disease, you can see, you can identify it by the change in the physical and the mental or sometimes by the emotional state of a person. Yes, so I hope we are clear with the definition. What is disease? Disease means it is a condition of disturbance in physiological and psychological process of body. Yes, it is disturbance in physiological and psychological process of body is called disease and each disease has its own symptoms. Okay, now we'll start the next. Types of diseases. As you can see here, one table. Yes, types of diseases according to duration and according to reasons. Yes, they are classified according to duration and according to reasons. According to duration, now we will see. In according to duration, there are two types. As you can see here, chronic disease and the second one is acute disease. Yes, types of diseases according to duration and according to reasons. According to duration, there are two types, chronic disease and acute disease. Now what is the meaning of chronic disease? Chronic disease means which lasts for a long time. Yes, for example, heart diseases, kidney diseases, these are the examples of chronic disease which lasts for a long period of time. And acute disease, the meaning of acute disease is which lasts for a short period of time. For example, cold, cough, these are the examples of acute disease. I hope you are clear with this. Yes, according to duration, there are two types, chronic disease and acute disease. Yes, chronic disease means which lasts for a long time. For example, heart diseases, kidney diseases. Then acute disease which lasts for a short period of time. For example, cold and cough. Yes, now we'll see according to reasons. According to reasons, there are two types, hereditary and acquired diseases. Yes, now we'll see hereditary diseases. Hereditary disease means which passed on from one generation to another through defective genes. Yes, so example here it is written Down syndrome. So this is one kind of genetic disorder. Yes, this is the example of hereditary disease, Down syndrome. Yes, what is the meaning of hereditary disease? Which is passed on from one generation to another through defective genes. Yes, and this is one example, that is Down syndrome. Now next one, according to reasons, the second type, as you can see here, acquired diseases. Under acquired diseases, you can see here infectious diseases and non-infectious diseases. Now that we will study in detail the meaning of infectious diseases, the diseases which passed on from one person to another person. Yes, that is called as infectious diseases, which is passed from one person to another person. For example, common cold, flu, these are the example of infectious diseases which are passing from one person to another person. Now one more recent example, that is corona. Yes, that is also comes under infectious diseases which passed on from one person to another person. Yes, I hope you are clear with this infectious diseases. Okay, and non-infectious diseases means which are not passed from one person to another person. Yes, so non-infectious diseases, they are not contagious. Yes, examples are diabetes. As you can see here one picture, infection through sputum. If the person is not feeling well, he is having cold and cough. If he will sneeze in the open air, then what will happen? The germs will enter in the air, and if the another person is breathe in the same air, he will also get that kind of disease. Yes, so this is how infection through sputum takes place. Yes, in this area small droplets are vaporized into fine mist. Mist remains in the air for several minutes to few hours, and the large droplets settle on the ground within few seconds, and because of this reason the other person will also get the same kind of diseases. So while sneezing, while coughing, we need to cover our mouth and nose. Yes, I hope you are clear till here. Okay, now we'll see the next part. Okay, first one, infectious diseases. As we have seen earlier, diseases spread through contaminated air, water, food or vectors. Vectors means insects and other animals are called as infectious diseases. Yes, diseases which spread through contaminated air, water, food or insect and other animals, they are called as infectious diseases. And one more we have seen, that is infectious diseases are passed from one person to another person. Yes, they are contagious, they are passing from one person to another person. So what is the definition? Diseases spread through contaminated air, water, food and insects or other animals are called as infectious diseases. So this is the definition. I hope you are clear with the definition. Yes, diseases which spread through contaminated air, water, food or vectors. Vectors means insects and other animals are called as infectious diseases. Okay. As you can see here one table, name of disease is written, pathogen is written, mode of infection, symptoms and the last prevention and treatment. One by one we'll see. First, name of disease, that is tuberculosis. Pathogen is Mycobacterium tuberculosis, as you can see here. Then mode of infection, how it will get spread, spitting by patient through air and prolonged contact with and sharing of materials of patient. This is how it will get spread. Symptoms are chronic cough, bloody spitting, emaciation and difficulty in breathing. Yes. Then prevention and treatment, BCG vaccine, isolation of patient and regular medication like DOT, that is direct observation treatment. DOT means direct observation treatment. So this is about tuberculosis. Name of the pathogen is Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Mode of infection, how it will get infected, how it will get spread, because of spitting by a patient in the public places. Yes. Then prolonged contact with and sharing of materials of a patient. Then the symptoms are chronic cough, bloody spitting, emaciation. Then emaciation means weakness. Yes, difficulty in breathing. And prevention and treatment, BCG vaccine, isolation of patient, regular medication like DOT, that is direct observation treatment. This is about tuberculosis. Now we'll see the next disease, that is hepatitis, that is jaundice. Yes, the pathogen is hepatitis virus A, B, C, D, E. Then mode of infection, contaminated water, sharing of needles and blood transfusion. Yes, how it will get spread? Because of contaminated water, sharing of needles and blood transfusion, transfer of blood. Then symptoms are anorexia, yellow urine, general weakness, nausea, vomiting and grey stools. Yes, anorexia means loss of appetite for food. Yellow urine, general weakness, nausea, vomiting and grey stools. These are the symptoms of hepatitis, that is jaundice. And preventive measures or the treatments are drinking boiled water, proper cleaning of hands. Yes, these are the preventive measures. Now we'll see the next third one, that is dysentery. As you can see here in the table, third disease, dysentery. The pathogen is bacteria, virus, Shigella, bacilli, Entamoeba histolytica. Yes, Entamoeba histolytica you have heard in lesson number 1. This word, yes, it causes amoebiasis, that is dysentery. So mode of infection is contaminated food and water. Then symptoms are watery stools and pain in abdomen. So these are the symptoms of dysentery. And preventive measures are drinking boiled water, proper storage of food and ORS consumption, that is ORS solution, that you know very well, oral rehydration solution. So this is preventive measure for dysentery. So we have seen the name of the diseases, then the pathogens which are responsible for the disease, and mode of infection, yes, how it will get spread, then symptoms, and we have seen the preventive measures and treatment for that particular diseases. Now we'll see the next. Yes, one more. Next, fourth one, cholera. Yes, the name of the disease is cholera. Then pathogen is Vibrio cholera, that is bacterium. Then mode of infection is contaminated food and water. Yes, symptoms are vomiting, severe diarrhea, cramps in legs. So these are what symptoms: vomiting, severe diarrhea and cramps in legs. Then preventive measures are following hygienic practices, avoiding open place food, drinking boiled water, vaccination against cholera. Yes, so this is about cholera. Name of the pathogen is Vibrio cholera, that is bacterium, and the mode of infection, that is contaminated food and water. And symptoms are vomiting, diarrhea, cramps in legs. And last preventive measures are, we will follow hygienic practices, then avoiding open place food, then drinking boiled water, vaccination against cholera. Now the next last, that is typhoid. Yes, it caused because of the pathogen Salmonella typhi, that is bacterium. Yes, the mode of infection, that is contaminated food and water. Then symptoms are anorexia, headache, rash on abdomen, dysentery, fever up to 104 degree Fahrenheit. So these are the symptoms. Then preventive measures are drinking clean water, vaccination, proper disposal of sewage. So this is preventive measures for typhoid. Which are the preventive measures? Drinking clean water, then vaccination and proper disposal of sewage. And which are the symptoms? Anorexia, headache, rash on abdomen, dysentery, fever up to 104 degree Fahrenheit. Fever up to 104 degree Fahrenheit. And anorexia means loss of appetite for food. Yes, I hope you are clear with this. We have seen the name of the diseases, pathogens, then mode of infection, symptoms, and last, that is preventive measures and treatment. Okay, now we'll move to the next. Some important diseases of present days. First one, dengue. As you can see here, mosquitoes lay the eggs in waterlogged places and thereby their population increases. Mosquitoes lay the eggs in the waterlogged places and thereby their population increases. Different species of mosquitoes spread different diseases. Different species of mosquitoes spread different diseases. Dengue is spread by Aedes aegypti. This disease is caused by Den1 virus belong to the type flavivirus. Yes, so different species of mosquitoes cause or spread different diseases. Then the disease, dengue disease is caused by Aedes aegypti. Yes, this disease is caused by dengue virus belonging to the type flavivirus. Now we will see the symptoms of dengue. First one, acute fever and headache, vomiting. Second, pain in eye socket is very prominent symptom. And the third one is decrease in platelet count. Yes, many of the times you heard that platelet counting is less. So this is because the reason is that because of the dengue, the decrease in the platelets count, that may lead to internal hemorrhage. So these are the symptoms: acute fever and headache, vomiting, then pain in eye socket is very prominent symptom, and the third one is decrease in platelet counting, that may lead to internal hemorrhage. Okay, so these are the symptoms. Then we will see the next one, flu. Reasons: infection for swine flu occurs through pigs and humans. Yes, how it will get infected? Through pigs and humans. Yes, viruses of swine flu are spread through sweat of infected person. And how it will get spread? The viruses of swine flu are spread through sweat of infected person. Similarly, it is also spread through secretion of nose, throat and saliva. So these are the reasons. The second disease just now we have seen, that is swine flu. Which are the reasons? Infection for swine flu occurs through pigs and humans, and viruses of swine flu are spread through sweat of infected person. Similarly, it is also spread through secretion of nose, throat and saliva. Okay, now we will see the symptoms. Yes, symptoms of swine flu are difficulty in breathing, sore throat and body pain. So these are the symptoms of swine flu. Yes, so what are the symptoms? Difficulty in breathing, sore throat and body pain. Okay, now next, diagnosis of swine flu. How it will get diagnosed? For diagnosis of swine flu, liquid from throat of patient is sent in the laboratory. For diagnosis of swine flu, the liquid from throat of patient is sent in the laboratory. Diagnostic facilities are available in National Institute of Virology, that is NIV, Pune, and National Institute of Communicable Disease, NICD, Delhi. So this is the way the swine flu disease get diagnosed. The liquid from throat of patient is sent in the laboratory, and then it will get diagnosed. Okay, so we have seen the reasons, symptoms and how it will get diagnosed. Now the next disease we will see, AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. This disease is caused by HIV, that is human disease. Yes, this is caused by human immunodeficiency virus. In this disease, victims suffer from various diseases due to progressive weakening of natural immunity. So, in this disease, victims suffer from various diseases due to the progressive weakening of natural immunity. Diagnosis of AIDS cannot be confirmed without test in medical laboratories. So, which test is used to diagnose AIDS? That is ELISA test is used for its proper diagnosis. And symptoms of AIDS are person specific. These are vary from person to person. Yes. So this is about AIDS. This disease is caused by HIV, that is human immunodeficiency virus, and ELISA test is used for its proper diagnosis. AIDS does not occur due to touching and sharing the food with HIV infected person. Yes, it will not affect, or it will not occur due to the touching and the sharing the food with the HIV infected person. Means it is not infectious diseases. Yes, or by nursing the HIV patient or by treating the HIV person, you will not get HIV. Our behavior with HIV infected person must be normal. Our behavior with that HIV infected person should be normal. Yes, it will not get by touching or by sharing the food with that HIV infected persons. Okay. Now the next, that is infection through animals. Yes, now we will see infection through animals. In that first one, that is rabies. This is a viral disease. It occurs due to the bite of the infected dog, rabbit, monkey, cat, etc. So these are the diseases. They are infected through animals. In that first one, that is rabies, it is infected by the bite of infected dog, rabbit and monkey and cat, etc. Virus enters the brain via neurons. Hydrophobia is one of the important symptom of this disease. So hydrophobia is one of the important of this disease. So how it will get spread? By the bite of the infected dog, rabbit, monkey and cat. Hydrophobia is one of the important symptom of this disease. In this case, the victim shows extreme fear for water. Rabies is fatal disease, means it is death causing. However, fatality can be prevented by timely vaccination before onset of symptoms. Yes, it can be prevented if we will take timely vaccinations. Symptoms starts to appear within 90 to 175 days of dog bite. Yes, in this case, the victim shows extreme fear for water. Then, rabies is fatal disease, it is death causing, but it can be prevented by timely vaccination. Symptoms start to appear within 90 to 175 days of dog bite. So we will see the symptoms. Symptoms of rabies. First one, fever for 2 to 12 weeks. Yes, this is the first symptom, fever for 2 to 12 weeks. Second, exaggeration in behavior, means overemphasizing something. And the third one is hydrophobia. Yes, fear for water. So these are the three symptoms as you have seen. So what we learned today, we have seen the types of diseases. Yes, I hope you are clear with that. In the types of diseases, we have seen it is based on, yes, duration and reasons. Yes, based on duration, there are two types we have seen, chronic disease and acute disease. Yes, and based on reasons we have seen there are two types, that is, yes, hereditary disease and acquired disease. Yes, under acquired disease we have seen infectious diseases and non-infectious diseases. After that we have seen some more examples or some more diseases of the present days. In that we have seen dengue, swine flu, and we have seen the next, that is AIDS. Yes, now after that we have seen the diseases which spread through animals. In that we have seen rabies and the reasons for it and the symptoms. I hope you are clear with this. Okay, so that's all for today. We will stop till here only, and in the next session we will start with the next topic. Okay, thank you so much.